ਜਿਹਦੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਧੜਕਣ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਫੇਰ ਗੁਰਸ਼ਨ ਮਾਨ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਆਪ ਸਭ ਦਾ ਨਿੱਘਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ। ਵੈਲਕਮ, ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ, ਨਮਸਤੇ ਤੇ ਜੀ ਆਇਆਂ ਨੂੰ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਬੜੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਵੈਲ ਨੋਨ ਆਥਰ ਤੇ ਰਾਈਟਰ ਸ਼ੈਨਨ ਸਕਿਨਰ ਜੀ ਆਏ ਨੇ, ਜੋ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਜੋ ਟਰੈਵਲ ਡਾਇਰੀਜ਼ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੜੇ ਖੂਬਸੂਰਤੀ ਨਾਲ ਲਿਖਦੇ ਨੇ ਔਰ ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਘੁੰਮ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਨੇ ਔਰ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲਾਈਜ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਟੂਰਿਜ਼ਮ ਵਿੱਚ। और मैं इन्होंने अपने Shannon, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm so grateful to be here.
It's been so long that I wanted you to be on the show, and finally you made it.
Finally, this is great. So thank you so much.
Okay, tell our viewers a little bit about yourself.
So I am a writer, an author. I wrote a book called The Whispering Heart, Your Inner Guide to Creativity, which is about it's a life guidance book about listening to your heart and how to unlock your creativity. I'm a travel writer.
Yeah.
My background is public relations, so I was a PR consultant for many years. And I host and produce a show that's been both television show and online called Extraordinary Women TV. And I'm an international speaker.
Very nice. And tell us your interest about traveling, when that started and how did you do it?
My interest in traveling, I think, began when I was quite young. But when I was finished university, so I grew up in Saskatchewan, and when I finished university, I moved to London, England.
Yeah.
By myself with 2 bags, and I didn't know anyone. And that was the beginning of a lifelong love for adventure.
Yes.
So I moved to London, England. And that kind of sparked it for me. And my interest in India specifically actually began when I read the book City of Joy in university.
Yeah.
And then when I went to London, I started to learn much more about the Indian culture because, of course, there are a lot of Indian culture plays a very big role in London. So it began then.
Very nice. And you've been to India as well?
I've been to India several times, 3 times.
3 times?
3 times, yeah.
So you've been to Calcutta?
I've been to Calcutta, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I have.
And did you see the day and night difference between this world and that world?
I don't know if I saw that much of a difference.
Yeah. I mean in culture, food and everything.
Oh, you mean from a culture?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
When I first when I first went to India, I went to Assam to Guwahati to cover Rangali, which is a festival there. And that was my first introduction to India, and it was really it was a very big eye opener. Most people go to Delhi first, you know, but I went to the northeast.
Yeah, it rains there a lot in Assam.
And it wasn't when I was there. It was really quite hot.
Yeah. So it's known for the rain. Like it's kind of it rains almost every day over there. Yeah. So what other parts you've been in India?
So to Assam and Guwahati is where I began.
Guwahati, yes.
And then I went on a tiger safari in Kaziranga. Then I went to Shillong, which is in Meghalaya.
Yeah.
And the Calcutta.
Yeah.
Spent some time in Delhi and Agra, of course, to see the Taj Mahal. Well, this was my very first trip. The second time around, I was in Delhi and I spoke at a conference, women's conference there, the Women Economic Forum.
Yes.
And then I traveled to Rajasthan.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
I love Rajasthan.
Yes.
It is, I went to Jaipur, so I stayed in Jaipur. And then the third time I went, before the pandemic, I went to cover International Yoga Day. At a VIP event in Delhi.
Yeah.
That was really great. And then it was a media trip, and then we went to Pune.
Yeah.
On a yoga-themed trip. So we toured a number of ashrams and yoga academies, and in Pune area, and then to Mumbai and home.
और शैनन जी लिखते भी ने और स्पेशलाइज करते ने India ਦੇ travel and tourism ਵਿੱਚ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ if you want to go to India and want to ask about her advice, I'm giving away her email. You can contact her. So when you travel, what is that you look for?
Well, I suppose I look for a few different things. My interest is in ultimately in culture.
Yes.
You know, food and wellness is an important theme for me in my travels. But I'm looking for really something different, an adventure with food, wine.
Yes.
Wine is India is not a wine destination, but
No.
I write a lot about wine as well,
Yeah.
wine destinations. And so primarily for me, it's a culture and wellness.
Yeah. How do you find the people over there in India?
I've had great experiences. So for me, the people were friendly, sometimes
Yes.
straightforward.
Yeah. Yeah.
You do have to be cautious,
Yeah.
not to be naive when you travel anywhere in the world.
Yes.
Especially if you're traveling as a solo female,
That's right.
on your own,
It
which I
could be
travel a lot
challenge
of.
sometimes, yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
so it's
yes.
just being aware.
Yeah.
But I found the people that I had contact with really delightful.
Yes.
And they were very intrigued with me as well, especially in the Northeast.
You are also an author. Tell me about your book.
So my first book is called The Whispering Heart, Your Inner Guide to Creativity.
Yes.
And it is about listening to your heart. It is about listening to your heart, which is really the core of where our genius is. And when we listen to our heart, that is really the key to having a fulfilling and meaningful life. And unlocking our creativity and living a life that is for us, like our own values rather than living someone else's life.
Yes.
So that is a book I wrote a number of years ago. I have another edition coming out very soon.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
Second edition.
So what else do you like to do beside these two things, traveling and you're an author as well?
So I love to interview women. So I have been telling women's stories either through my writing or through my television show and online platform, Extraordinary Women TV. I've interviewed hundreds of women from all over the world over the years. And I love to tell their stories. And I love to really sort of dig into people's hearts and figure out what makes them tick and what they love to do and that message that they want to share with the world and get that message out. And I'd love to share it.
Very nice. So Shannon ji travel vlog bhi karde ne aur you have a special taste and interest in wine as well. I've seen you like traveling all over the Niagara region as well.
Yes, I do. I've been working on a project. I've been doing some writing on wine in Niagara. I actually have some education. A wine specialist.
Wine tasting,
yeah, I've got some education on wine, so I know a little bit about wine.
I can never tell difference between one and another.
Yeah, it's this last summer, I spent a lot of time in the Niagara region, and instead of traveling internationally, I made a conscious decision for slow travel. Slow travel meaning that you would choose a destination and get to know a destination and the people and the food and the culture. And I realized that I didn't know that much about Niagara, like not a whole lot of detail. So over this past summer, I spent a lot of time down there getting to know winemakers, in the community and whatnot. And I've been writing about it, and it's been really great. And by the way, we make great wine.
Yeah, we do.
Canadians will tend to look to other regions like France and Australia. And Italy for wines, but we don't really celebrate our own backyard.
That's right.
So we have great wine that comes out of Niagara.
So you've been to Italy or France as well?
Not
wine tasting? Or?
not yet.
Not yet.
But I would love to.
That's good. We'll go there together. Well, I would love to talk to you for a longer time, but because of the limitation of the time, I won't be able to talk to you for long. Before we wrap up this interview, would you like to say anything to our audience?
Well, I guess if there's a message that I have, it is follow your heart, because that has been my motto in life. It has served me well. I listen to it, and I've been able to accomplish a lot of my dreams. I have more to go.
Yeah.
It's life is a lifelong journey.
Yes.
But if I had one message, it would be listen to your heart, follow your heart.
Yes, definitely. ਔਰ ਦਰਸ਼ਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਦਿਆਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬੜੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਇਸ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਧੜਕਣ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੀ ਲੋਕਪ੍ਰਿਯਤਾ ਇੰਨੀ ਵਧੀ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਹਰ ਵਰਗ ਦੇ ਲੋਕੀ, ਹਰ ਕਲਚਰ ਦੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਪਸੰਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਔਰ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ। Shannon, thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you soon again.
Thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.